Hi, this is Michael Harris. It is Friday night, September 26th, and this video is about FASD and praise. Now, this is a two-parter. This is the first part where I'm going to talk about a little bit about the purpose of praise and then the right way to deliver praise. In the second video, part two, I'll talk about sort of the responses that kids give to praise that'll show you or give you more guidance on how to approach praise. So there's a few different ways, but basically for kids with FASD or trauma, we really need to be strength-based because they're always hearing about the negative things that they do or that they cause. And, of course, we want them to be healthy and seek out positive behaviors that'll make them successful. So that's why we tend to give praise, right? Another reason that we give praise is to share and connect and deepen the relationship, right? And I guess probably the third reason is we use praise to increase or build self-esteem, right? So it's basically reinforcing good behaviors and successful behaviors. Number two is sharing and connect to deepen the relationship, and the third one is praise to increase self-esteem. Now, one of the challenges with praise is that it's hard to find things to compliment and praise sometimes, and when we do, the compliment often backfires, which makes us less likely to compliment again and keeps us out of the strength-based mindset, right? Now, I found early on in my career as a psychologist, child psychologist, that the compliments often didn't work for kids who have FASD or who have troubled trauma in their past. And the best example I would have is we do drawing. I used to do a lot of drawing, and if the kid would do some drawing, then I would say, "Oh, hey, look, that's a great drawing," And sometimes what would happen is the kid would just rip up the drawing and throw it away. So that didn't really feel like the praise or compliment was working for what I was doing, because I was trying to build self-esteem was basically the reason. Now, you may wonder why compliments don't work for kids with low or no self-esteem, and I'll talk about that a little more in the part two video, but basically direct compliments are really too intense for about 80% of the kids that I see or that I know who have trauma or FASD or are otherwise in counseling or should be in counseling. So basically the compliment overwhelms their self-esteem, which is usually pretty tiny, right? So what do you do with it? So this is what you got to do. You got to go neutral and you got to focus on the benefits to the child, right? Now, what that means is you can't use a compliment that involves your own benefits. You can't really use one that says, "I like it when you do, fill in the blank," because troubled kids and teenagers in particular, but kids with trauma and some of them with FASD, they don't really care about the benefit to you. So you've got to make it about the benefit to the kid, right? So this is how you do that. You notice that the kid is doing something that is either neutral or positive, and then you talk about the benefits to them. And you don't talk about it long, you do it really quick. I have a great example that I used not more than an hour ago, all right? So my kid is practicing the electric guitar, and I just went past him and I said, "You know what? Practicing your guitar is really making a difference in your playing." Now, it actually is true. I can really hear a difference in his playing, and so it also probably feels true to him. But what I did was I stated what he was doing, practicing the guitar, and then I said the benefit to him, which is it's really making a difference in your playing. And I didn't relate it to me like, I like it when you play better because it doesn't give me a headache, or, it can't be about me. And when you give praise, it can't be about you. It's got to be about the kid. I cannot emphasize that enough. Now, as it turns out, I did ask him and say, do you feel like it's helping? And he's like, yeah. And so we had a little bit of a conversation. Now, I've been practicing with praising for a while, so I don't get some of the terrible responses that I used to, which we'll talk about in part two. But basically, Try it out. Notice something that your kid is doing that is neutral or positive, and then say the benefit to the kid. Another one, the other night, he was putting stuff out, getting ready for school. Sometimes getting ready for school in the morning is rushed. And he had laid out his sweater and headphones and whatnot. And I'm like, hey, you know what? Laying everything out is going to make things less rushed for you in the morning, right? Now, it will also make things less rushed for me, but he doesn't care about that probably, or not in the way that is going to work for the praise, right? So I talked about the praise for him, not for us, not for me. It was for him. Try it out with your kid and write in the comments below what happened, because in the next video, I'm going to talk about the different responses to a compliment, which range from accepting the compliment to rejecting the compliment to rejecting the compliment in a hostile way, right? Take it easy. We'll talk to you next time. Thanks for watching.